Namaste. My name is Jaya Lakshmi, and I'm honored to be a guest here on Humankind tonight. And if you haven't been finding out about me, I'll tell you just a little bit about me to start off. I'm a singer and a songwriter, and let's see, I'm a retreat facilitator. I teach yoga. Also, I've had a very strong spiritual path in my life, which only gets stronger as I'm growing in my years. And I'd be happy to share some of that experience with you tonight. And I want to sing some songs for you, and we'll do some meditations together too. So let's just begin by finding a comfortable seat. I just invite you to drop in with me. So you can sit up for wherever you are. You're sitting in your chair, or if you're sitting in lotus position or cross-legged on the floor with your cushion. And just close your eyes and just begin dropping into your own energy field. And when you breathe in, let your belly just fall out and expand your belly and fill your lower back and just fill up all the areas with your breath. And just slowly kind of spiral that breath and fill up all the areas. And as you exhale, release slowly through your mouth. And as you release the breath, just slowly push the navel back to the spine. And just take a few more breaths like that. Just relaxing, opening through the nose. And slowly exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling, bringing the breath up the spine. And exhaling through the mouth. Grounding the breath. Nice. And let's bring the palms in front of the heart. And we'll do 3 ohms together. So inhale deeply. And release your hands and just take a few moments. Relax the breath. Let's just do one more breath exercise together. I'm feeling inspired to just drop in. So we'll do Nadi Shodhana. We'll do a slow Nadi Shodhana. So take your index and middle fingers, putting them on your third eye. And we're going to close the right nostril off with the right thumb and inhale through the left nostril. And then close the left nostril off with the fourth finger on the right hand and exhale through the right nostril. Gently again, pushing all the air out, gently pushing the navel back to the spine. And then letting the belly fall out. Inhale through the right. Close off the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril. Contracting the belly gently. Now opening the belly, bringing the breath up. Big full breath. Cover the left nostril with the fourth finger, exhale right nostril. Slightly contracting the belly. Inhale right nostril. Cover the right nostril, exhale left. Just like a big, nice, smooth, long ocean wave. All the air out. Now inhale. Cover left, exhale right. Inhale right. Cover right, exhale left. Two more. So inhale left. Cover left, exhale right. Inhale right. Cover right, exhale left. And then just take your hand down and relax. Relax the breath. Close your eyes. Just take a few nice long deep breaths. You can inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, or you can inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Okay. How do you feel? Notice how you feel. So peaceful, huh? And much more expanded. I feel very expanded now, much more than I did before I did that breath. So we'll do one more breath practice. If you're familiar with breath of fire, we'll just do a short round of that. So this is where we pump the navel. We pump the navel on the exhale, and we pump in and out through the nose. So on the effort is on the exhale. And we'll just start slow like that. So it's in and out through the nose again, and as you exhale on the effort, you're kind of bringing that belly in and up. And as you exhale, you're just letting the belly fall out. I mean, as you inhale, you're letting the belly fall out. So it just naturally fills up with air. And then as you exhale, you forcefully bring it up and exhale the air out. So let's do this few rounds of breath of fire. Maybe for I don't know, not quite a minute, but somewhere around there. Okay, so just relax first. Your hands can be in any mudra. You can do Gyan mudra, or you can have your palms up on your knees. And we'll just do that nice, slow, we don't have to go really fast breath of fire. We're just going to drop into a nice, comfortable rhythm. And your gaze, as with your eyes closed, should be up at your third eye. So we're actually pointing the eyes, like behind the eyelids, they're looking up here. So we're concentrating the drishti point, the concentration point, it's here. I say, so here we go. On your next inhale, you're going to hold it at the top. You can sip in a little more air if you want. Put a smile on your face. And exhale. All right. Yeah, so just a few exercises like that. We always have to remind ourselves and remind each other. If you're familiar with yoga or pranayama practices, you know that even those of us who have regular practices, we forget a lot, and we need to nudge each other to say, hey, did you do some pranayama today? Or, hey, why don't we do this? We're on our hike, we're sitting on a rock. Let's just do some pranayama together. Do some breath of fire, drop in. It's so powerful and it's so centering, and it connects us so much more deeply to our spirit and to our own energy, to our body, to our surroundings, to that more sublime transcendental energies that are always surrounding us and always trying to give us messages. So it just helps open our subtle body, and it's purifying and cleansing and helps us concentrate and all of that. It's just, the benefits are innumerable. So I wanted to share that with you before we just took our little journey tonight together. All right. Well, this is a fun thing for me to share tonight. I'm going to share a little bit about myself, more about who I am. And of course, I'm always learning about who I am. And every day I try to do some yoga practice or some meditation practice, whether it's in my room. A lot of times it's in my room in the morning. Sometimes I go on a hike in the morning. I'm here in Sedona, so I like going hiking in the morning and sitting on a rock and doing some meditation or some yoga or some nice kind of qigong exercises. So all this centering and bringing us back to our own energy, and it just helps our days become so much more full of light and clarity and love, and helps us be more, positive and efficient at what we do. Or maybe, we don't do anything and it just keeps us expanding our consciousness. So I try to do this every morning. Some mornings I don't. I've been doing Kundalini yoga. I've done so many kinds of yoga. I started doing yoga in the mid-90s when I lived in Hawaii. I was kind of always interested in Eastern spirituality since I was young, since I was a little girl, growing up in the 70s. I was always turned on. I liked Timothy Leary. Even when I was like 13 years old, I was like, tune in, turn on, drop out, that kind of thing. So I was very excited, inspired by all of the movement, the psychedelic movement and the spiritual liberation movement of the 60s, and all the music, and very much inspired my life path. So I started doing yoga in the mid-90s, and I started kind of with Hatha, and there was Baba Haridas and Santa Cruz in the 90s, and then I took initiation into the Hare Krishna movement with a much smaller group of Krishna devotees from Navadvip, India. His name is Govinda Maharaj, my guru, my teacher, who passed away about 15 years ago. I miss him so, but I know he's ever present and all pervading, and he's my spiritual guide in many ways. But that's an organization, and I'm a bit of a rebel, and I rebel against organized things, religion, and most of them. So I love it. So I took so much nectar from what I learned there, and the cultivation of devotion and devotional practices. And then I practiced Kundalini yoga from 2010 to about 2020 for 10 years, pretty much every day. And that's the style taught by Yogi Bhajan. So I learned a lot more. I did Anusara yoga, I did Ashtanga yoga, and then I did this Kundalini yoga for 10 years. And I learned so much more about like the breath and subtle bodies and pranic bodies. And that was really powerful for me. And then recently I did some teacher training at Sattva Yoga in Rishikesh, India. I've been there like 4 times now. And that's where I did my teacher training. All in all, after all that, I finally did my yoga teacher training at Sattva, which is the teacher's name is Anand Malhotra, and he teaches Kundalini yoga, but it's Himalayan based, and he's from there, and that's it's Sanskrit mantras, and I really identify with the integrative style of yoga. It has everything. It has pranayama, has mantra, has asana, meditation, dharana, everything. So yeah, that's what I teach these days at my retreats and all that. And that's what I practice. It's very, I notice a lot of people these days, we're doing a lot of integrative practices. That's just kind of the way of the world right now, and the rainbow prophecies that it's not that we're shallow and taking little bits of all these different modalities and, paths and spiritual practices. It's just that we're tailoring them and customizing them to exactly what works for us in these times, because it's just infinite. There's an infinite amount of, variety of people on this planet, and the way our societies are evolving, it's so complex. So each of us we're so individualistic, and I think in a lot of cases, it's what's happening is we're learning how to live intuitionally by our intuition and feeling what is right for us. And it's not like an obsession. It's, once you choose what you resonate with, then yeah, go for it. It's not like we're going to always be jumping around to all these things. But, do the practice, do your practice, or do the sadhana, whatever your consistent practices are. Even if you're consistently trying new things, just keep doing the practice. So this is where I learned kirtan and bhajan, was really with the Krishna devotees in the 90s. And I was also influenced by other spiritual, I don't know what you call them, spiritual sects, or, different teachers, different lineages. And I loved it all, really. I was attracted to the Sanskrit chanting, most of all, in the Vedic teachings of yoga and mantra chanting. And bhakti. And bhakti is, of course, it's the yoga of devotion, and they say, if you're a true bhakta, that this is the quickest way to God, or it's like the shortcut to God, just through the heart and through just chanting, which it's like cooking, it's like you're cooking a soup and you put more and more ingredients in it and you just cook it and you're making the most yummiest thing you could ever imagine. And that's kind of what the practice of bhakti yoga is. It's like with these mantras, we're chanting and we're filling it with love and more love and more love. And then pretty soon it's like exponential. And then before you know it, your heart is like ready to like explode. And that's blissful state in which you can transcend a lot of the heavier energies that pull us down on this planet, and the samskaras, the karmas. Not that we're spiritually bypassing, because that's another thing, we have to do the work. We have to go through the fire. There's really no escape. And you might have a lifetime that's easier than someone else's lifetime that's having really horrible struggles. It's all relative, So, but when we chant and we do all these practices, this is how we can work through and maybe get a little relief, from our work here on this planet, in this lifetime, in this incarnation, because we all have work to do. We all came here to do work, and we all have different kinds of work to do and different kinds of practice. So, so I was going to lead into my song, and I wanted to share a Lakshmi mantra. Of course, my name's Lakshmi, Jaya Lakshmi. And I don't do Lakshmi practice all the time, but I do Lakshmi practice. And in my sattva training and my sattva practice, yoga practice, we are taught a lot of kriyas. And kriya is basically like a set of mudras and mantras. It's like a set of practice or different kinds of actions that you do. And it's, in a nutshell, it's kind of like, it's like called an evolutionary action. So we do a Kriya to evolve our energy and to shift and change and enlighten our energy. So I was going to share a Lakshmi Kriya with you that I love. And first I'm going to sing the Lakshmi mantra. So the Lakshmi mantra, if you're not familiar with the goddess Lakshmi, she's a Vedic goddess from India. And Vedic meaning she's from the Vedas, which the Vedas are the very large body of spiritual teachings and scriptures that have originated in India thousands and thousands of years ago. And Lakshmi appeared in the Vedas. I am very interested in goddess Shaktism and goddess worship all over the world for the millennia that have gone by. I've been that way since I was a teenager. Again, I had a lot of spiritual awakenings when I was a teenager. And I felt the goddess power very strong. She came in different ways. I think for me, it came through the Celtic goddesses and through like paganism and witchery and all that. But then once I got more into the Vedic goddesses, I learned about Lakshmi and Saraswati and Durga and Kali and Parvati. And so I delved more into them. And that's, I actually lead retreats. I lead goddess retreats. And I have 2 a year here in Sedona. And in my retreats, we practice these kriyas and we practice the mantras. And we just learn more about the goddess teachings, which vary from culture to culture. But if you study goddess teachings all over the world and goddess, whatever it is, the teachings they bring, the practices, their songs, their hymns, you can see a lot of common thread wove throughout, of course, because it's all Shakti, it's all divine feminine energy, which comes through human beings, whether we're male or female or whatever we are. So the awakening of the divine feminine on the planet, I felt this as a young, very young woman already. And I knew I was going to have something to do with this in my life. And it's only becoming more and more clear to me. I'm in my 50s, and each decade I get more and more committed to my work here on the planet. So back to Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance and the goddess of prosperity. She's known as the goddess of fortune. And she is this sparkling, shining river of love and of everything, all that sustains us, all goodness, all harmony, all peace, all love. And on top of that, like luxury, beauty, anything that's like this, that she can just poof, like create luxury and beauty for us in this life. And well-being, really it's well-being. It's prosperity and well-being. And with the blessings of Lakshmi, we can have very healthy, beautiful, thriving relationships with our partners, with our spouses, our friendship, our friends, our children, our families. We're blessed in this way. And we're blessed with enough food, and we're blessed with comfortable clothes. And she's like this mother Lakshmi that takes care of us. And she also provides the food and the beauty of the food and the tastes and everything. So this is very much falls under Mahalakshmi's role in the pantheon of Hindu, I guess you'd say Hindu Vedic deities. So I love singing to Lakshmi. I love her mantra. So her mantra is Om Shri Mahalakshmiye Swaha. We're going to say Swaha. Some people ask me why we say Swaha and not Namaha. So you can say Namaha or Swaha. This mantra I have recorded on one of my albums, and I recorded it with Swaha. And you'll see Swaha is a lot like it's what you say when you're doing a fire ceremony, and you throw in after your mantra, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha, that kind of thing. Or you do some mantra, and then you throw in your offering to the fire. So in this way, we can look at it. We're saying Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. And so this is our offering to the fire of life, and we are offering to Lakshmi our our devotion and our gratitude. And this will be reciprocal, that she blesses us with her bountiful, beautiful energy in our everyday life, and it will spill over like a fountain to all those we come in contact with. All right, well, here I'm going to play. So it's a pretty simple melody. So you can just sing with me. Sometimes I would do this as kirtan, like call response style. And maybe you do that for the first few rounds, but because we're not in this direct audience relationship like that, we could try it. But yeah, you can just listen to me for a couple rounds, and then just please join in. It's Om Shri. Shri means Lakshmi. That's her bija mantra, like splendorous and auspicious. Shri Maha means great. Lakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi 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 Lakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Nice. All right, I'm going to teach you this very special Lakshmi Kriya. And these Kriyas were once more unavailable to most people in the world. You had to go to a pilgrimage in India or go into the mountains or go into the cave or wherever to learn them from these yogis and spiritual teachers who would give them to students they felt like were ready. But now it seems like just the box is open and anybody can have these. And the secret is, one of the secrets is that you do this with your full concentration and your full devotion of your heart. And it's going to help you come into your heart more just by the act of doing this and reciting the mantras. And that is essentially the secret. Like the more you do it, the more you begin to really experience the essence of the mantra and the Lakshmi mantra. And you begin to feel it in every cell of your body, and it begins to become alive and activate out into your life. So it begins like this in Lotus Mudra. And so we're going to go Shreem. And then we're going to come up to the third eye and put our thumb knuckles into our third eye. Klim. And then in Gyan Mudra, which is index and thumb, Lakshmi. And then back to the third eye, Narayana. That's her male half, her male consort. Another name for Vishnu. And then we go Namaha. So we spread that all into our field of energy all around us. So again, before we start, we're going to do this for, I don't know, I'll just do it intuitionally, maybe like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, maybe not quite. So it'll be Shreem, Klim, Lakshmi, Narayana, Namaha. And Klim is the syllable of attraction. So that's another bija mantra, a Sanskrit bija mantra. And it's the syllable of attraction. So we're just letting it be known to the universe that we're attracting this. We're amplifying the mantra and the energy. So is there anything else I'm going to say about this? So you can just keep your eyes. Sometimes I keep my eyes 1/10 open. They don't have to be completely shut. So you say the mantra aloud. And so I thought there was something else I was going to share, but okay, I guess we'll just drop in. Yeah. All right, here we go. So closing your eyes. Shrim, Klim, Lakshmi, Narayana, Namaha. 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 Shrim Klim Lakshmi Narayana 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 Namaha. Let's make this the last one. Shrim Klim Lakshmi Narayana Namaha. And release your hands. Keep your palms open. And just feel into the subtle energies. Feel the mantra reverberating around you and in your head. And then you can open your eyes if you haven't already. And welcome back from our Lakshmi journey. So if you're following me and you're doing these, you will probably be observing the sensitivity developing, or maybe you're feeling more subtle. And you can feel subtle energies. This is also the magic of sound, as all of our senses. There's subtle realms of the senses. And mantra creates and opens up subtle realms for auditory, for sonic and vibratory experience for our consciousness. And it's wonderful that there's so much sound healing, awakening happening on our planet right now. And there's sound healing schools and trainings. It's actually it's really remarkable. It's amazing. And I think there's of course, all kinds of variations in the levels of what's being taught. But this is a science that's really been taught a lot throughout thousands of years, and especially in the East, and probably all over the world, and in different ways. The subtlety of sound through our own voice and our speech and our music that we sing and our instruments. However it's coming through us, it has such an incredible effect on the brain and the nervous system. So this just is the science of sound and mantra, and this is the magic of it. I was feeling, whenever I do that particular kriya, sometimes I do it for 11 minutes or more, and around 8 minutes or so, I start dropping into this really profound vibrational space, and I can feel things. I can feel things shift. And, we just go with it. Our analytical minds can say, what's happening? And what is this? Or what is Lakshmi? What's really going on? But it's really beyond that. It's beyond description. It's beyond words. It's totally experiential. And that's what's happening with a lot of the sound healings and a sound experience. You have to do it. You have to practice it to understand the language of sound and the codes of light and information that's coming through sound, as we emote it, as we say our mantras, as we sing our mantras. And then, of course, there's silence, which is a whole another level of awakening into silence. Yeah, I haven't done many silent retreats, but I'm being called. I am being called now, finally. I'm getting to that point where I think I'm going to be able to sit. I'm going to be able to do it. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I know there's many, many more layers. And that's the incredible thing about this life and this incarnation, is that just when you think, you're hitting a wall, if you find some key or you find something to help you open that up, the next portal to get you into the next kind of way of seeing things, or the new level of consciousness. I'll share I did a shamanic journey the other day myself, and I had this, I've been having a bit of like past life kind of remembrance just in my awakening meditations. And I did the shamanic journey, and I was led by this kind of Dakini figure, who's in Buddhism, she's kind of like almost like a fairy, or like a very powerful fairy, spiritual. I don't know how to quite describe. But she's leading me through these doorways, and they look like these big ancient Tibetan doorways. I don't know they're engraved with flowers, like kind of like Nepalese or Tibetan. And there's just one after the other, and she's saying, "Come, come!" And I'm going down, and I'm going to the doorways, and I'm going to the doorways, and then I felt I was riding on this dragon. It was like a Kundalini Chinese Tibetan dragon or something. And I was going on this journey deeper through the doors and through more doors. And eventually I came to the Buddha. So anyway, that happened in my journey the other day. And this is the kind of things that are happening, I think, as so many of us are awakening. We just have these spiritual journeys. And I've always identified with Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism. I've never been a Buddhist, but I feel like I have a lot of connection, and who knows why. I think it's past life. It's not like some lama came up to me and recognized me. Like that's how they do it. They recognize each other from previous incarnations. It's just amazing. But I feel very connected there, and that's a whole nother. And then I was being shown. That's what I'm bringing it back to. I'm being shown that there's many, 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 many more layers and many, many more levels. It's like infinite to uncover your consciousness, to clear and to keep purifying your mind and your body and your spirit. And then you discover like deeper levels and more profound levels of bliss and spiritual awakening, which humans are just so uniquely designed for. It's just so miraculous. We have Satchitananda, we have truth, consciousness, and bliss. Like we have that capacity in our neurology, in our nervous system. So I'm going to play another song. This song I'm going to share with you because I just finished filming a music video, and honestly, I don't have very many music videos. I was in a long relationship, a 10-year relationship with my previous partner, Ananda, and we made lots of beautiful music together. And we kind of tried to keep our independence as artists, but that was hard because it was everywhere you look. It was Jaya Lakshmi and Ananda together. And we split up 3 years ago, and that's been a very challenging ride for me, especially for a lot of reasons. But it was also perhaps the most catalytic growth I've had. I mean, I've had a lot of other crazy experiences in my life too, really intense stuff. I'm a mother, I have 2 daughters, and one's 33 and one's 29. And anyway, I have lots of experience, a lot of stories. But this one was kind of like that was kind of the last big cathartic, big breakup. And I was kind of thrust into this like, okay, now I'm a solo artist again. And what does that look like in the current music industry environment? It's nutso. It's indescribable, like what's going on. And as usual, money talks, and algorithms talk. Those are the things that get musicians ahead these days, pretty much. And definitely there's a lot of talent. I mean, there's tons of extreme talent going on. But it's a bit intimidating and kind of overwhelming, to come back as a solo artist into this. But anyway, I'm emerging, and I had an album come out in 2020 called Servants of Love, and that people really love that album. I actually really love that album. I have albums from like the 2000s, 2004, 2006, 2008, 9. And I have some albums before that with my band Lost at Last. I don't know if there's any Lost at Last fans out there, but I was the lead singer of Lost at Last, this techno tribal band in the late 90s. So I definitely had a lot of music going on, but now the music industry is totally different. So you have to try to wrap your head around the whole thing. And so I have an album in 2020, Servants of Love. That was my solo album, and I have another album on the way. It's kind of in gestation now. I have a lot of projects, but I finished this music video just 2 days ago here. No, it was just yesterday. Actually, finished the last shots yesterday. We filmed it in Sedona, and it's called "Truth Is My Foundation." And I've always wanted to do a music video of this song since I wrote it in 2016 here in Sedona. So I've been listening to this song like hundreds of times in the last week. So I want to sing it again. But I wanted to share it with you because you'll be able to see it in the video form probably just in a few weeks. She's going to finish editing it. So there I was on the rocks. And this was, we had a few breakups. And this was actually one of the big ones in 2016 when I was, And because I had everything connected with him, like my whole life was wrapped up with my partner, just music, business, art, you name it, we were together on it. So when we had this breakup, I felt very alone, and I didn't know which direction to go. I didn't know where I was going to go or what I was going to do. It's like, when you just rip off the Band-Aid or whatever, you're just like, what? Like, I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know. So that's where this song came from. Just wanted to give you a little background. And I've done a bit of medicine ceremonies in my life. So mostly the peyote Native American teepee ceremonies. So this is a bit of a medicine song. I'm free to fly where spirit will bring me now. I'm free to go where the winds of life will blow. Across the sky, spirit will show me how to spread my wings and rise up with the light. Grandmother, grandfather, creator, please hear my prayer. Eternal, ancient wisdom, your essence is everywhere, guiding me on into the new, guiding me on to what is true. Holy fire, show me what is real. My heart is burning. There's so much I feel. Illuminate my path. Carry me into the light of my love. Set me free. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive me. And truth is my foundation, my spirit song. Love is the emanation, and my heart is strong, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine cycles of life. Ooh, yeah, cycles of life. And the morning water is flowing in, washing over my soul deep within, purifying, reuniting, making me whole again, healing my heart, healing my mind, healing my soul, making me whole, healing my heart, healing my mind, healing my soul, making me whole again. And truth is my foundation, my spirit song. Love is the emanation, and my heart is strong, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine cycles of life. Ooh, yeah, cycles of life. And truth is my foundation, my spirit song. Love is the emanation, and my heart is strong, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine, beating in time with the divine cycles of life. Ooh, yeah, yeah, cycles of life. Oh. Hey, and hey, oh. Um, yeah, I think that my life has been, uh, I think, how to put this into words, but from a young age, I was doing psychedelics, and it opened my mind up a lot. Like from when I was actually 12, I had an older brother, and I just wonder, some people who do work on me and energy work, they say, oh, your soul was a little fragmented, or you got blasted open, and I suppose some of that happened when I was young, because it was a bit young to have to do such powerful expansion and that kind of consciousness expansion without a guide. And I did wish I had a guide back then that I could talk to, like the local medicine man or somebody. I grew up in suburban New Jersey back in the 70s and 80s. So uh, those people were hard to come by. I had no idea. And I could only just go to the library and try to find books about what I was experiencing. Or sometimes there'd be a show on TV, about like some uh, um, new horizons in consciousness or something. But I didn't have that much access to information that would have helped be a guide for me back then. But I'm just saying this because I feel like there's just this great awakening happening on the planet, and definitely there's a lot of beings who are not awakening, and that's just part of the shadow that seems to always be around, always there. But the awakening is happening, and like this whole integration, and I think for me it comes down to the rainbow prophecies that were in the Hopi prophecy, and a lot in the world, all over many cultures, Tibetan cultures, spiritual cultures, that, how do we integrate all of the great teachings of the world? And that's what I felt very much like I've am here to do, and that's like the main reason I think I incarnated. Because from a young age I was hit with all of these different experiences of you know like memories of the witch trials, or being burned as a witch, or and then having memories, having I really connected to the goddess Tara. Even when I was like 18, I would see pictures of her somewhere, I don't know, in the library, but I, I found her through Buddhist books and things, and I was like, that, that, that being, that goddess, and of course, the goddess Tara, she took a vow to reincarnate until samsara was empty, meaning until all karma is purified. She was going to keep reincarnating, and her vow was to reincarnate as a woman. So she took this bodhisattva vow, and her role is to guide sentient beings across the ocean of samsara. And so I feel there are many incarnations of Tara on the planet right now, and there have been, and I think there's more coming in, as women in female bodies. Not that the men don't have their own version of that kind of thing going on. But I was just kind of going through some of my story. So then I also had this Native American connection. From a young age, I had on a lot of my psychedelic journeys, I would be deafening roars, of Native American memories, and just all kinds of things, songs, feelings, visions, things. And I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from. I mean, I didn't ever have that happen. It's not like I maybe seen a few movies or something, but it was in my consciousness, and I don't know if it's in my DNA or. So that was very powerful for me. So I have for me. So I have the Native American, in this land here in the North America. And then I have this Tara, this Buddhism thing happening. And then I got into yoga, and then I started reading like the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and I learned about Amritananda Mahima, the hugging Saint Amachi, in my early 20s, and then I met Baba Haridas down in Santa Cruz, and then I got into the Hare Krishna movement. And then I went to rainbow gatherings. I was already going to rainbow gatherings before the Hare Krishna chapter. Not that that ever ended, by the way. I mean, that's what I mean. It's all integrated. It's not like one thing ever ended or I chose one thing. And then I'm going to rainbow gatherings. I was into the Grateful Dead when I was in high school. Well, my boyfriend was more, but I went on Grateful Dead tour. So I was in the Grateful Dead land for a while. And in the 80s, the early 80s, mid 80s. And so then it just keeps expanding, keeps expanding the spiritual breadth, the spiritual capacity of understanding, and the Vedas. And then I get into the Vedas and study yoga. And then that's like, it's just so profoundly rich. All of the spiritual traditions and practices that we have around this world. It's so incredible. And some people want to just, they have this thing, they come into a life and then they just dive into one. And then they're just a Buddhist. And they do Buddhist practices, and they go so deep. They go like super, just the depths of the focus and discipline that they have. And same in all of them. But then there's us who I feel, here I am, and then I'm, was in the Native American church for years, going to all these ceremonies but not on the reservations. It was when the peyote ceremonies actually opened up in the mid 90s. And the first one I did was in Hawaii, on my land, when they first opened up the peyote ceremony to you can take the medicine around now, so they started taking it around, and I lived in Hawaii. So then Hawaii is a whole nother thing for me. I have this whole Hawaiian connection, and who knows how many lives in Hawaii I've had. Just feel so connected there. And I have a lot of Hawaiian music. I have a Hawaiian song, which I'm going to share with you. It's kind of a short, sweet song. I'll just share that with you in a bit. So I lived there for 10 years. My daughter was born there. So I have that. It's just kind of this, so as I grow spiritually more and more into this life, and thankful for my life, I'm still alive. I'm still in this body. I still have this body temple incarnation, and I'm trying to take the best care I can of it, right? Not get caught up in anything anymore. I'm really kind of done with that in my life. I feel like I'm at that point. My kids are grown up, and they're doing very well, so I'm very blessed that way. And I feel very free. Been through a lot, and I feel very free right now. I'm very clear. And yeah. But then I look back on it all, like, I'm integrating my yoga practices, and now I'm kind of more interested in Buddhist practices. I feel this pull. I don't know where it's going to lead me. It might lead me to Tibet. I don't know if I'm going to end up full circle. I'm going to be in Tibet, meeting lamas and rinpoches and diving into the practice. Who knows? I've been to India a few times and always feel a call to go back there and study yoga more deeply. So I'm so grateful for this very rich and varied life. And, the fact that those of us who grew up in these more free societies, wherever they are, I mean, they're not just in America. There's definitely a lot of people around the world grow up free, feeling free. We're very lucky. We're very, very lucky that we can travel and enjoy the beauty of the earth, and that we can also help and work for the welfare of less fortunate beings all over the world, which is a very, very good thing to do. I particularly love to help animals. I'm not a total vegan, but I love to help animals, and that's that always gets me, all those, my Instagram and Facebook is flooded always all the time with like animal things, like help these animals and the dogs in the Ukraine and the cats and then in India and then this happened, this disaster. And it's just, just wrenches, it's heart wrenching, but yeah, not to mention the children and just all the other beings that are dealing with a lot of oppression and very difficult government situations and very scary and, violent or not enough food or just like there's a lot of really horrible hardships going on. So every day I just give thanks that I have this kind of freedom to practice my whatever I want and freedom to move around and be with my friends and to be a musician and spread the love and connect with like-minded souls and spirits also and celebrate the life, which is really ultimately, I feel, what is one of the greatest things we're meant to do here in this life. And don't let anybody tell you anything else. So here's a song called Pili Ke Aloha, and I'm going to just, I think I'll wrap it up with this song, and maybe we'll do something after. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. So this is Pili Ke Aloha, means light and love. Pili and Aloha, Pili Aloha. So this is like the light and love of Hawaii. So I will include some place names in Hawaii. This time I'll just say the islands. Some of the islands I'll say the name of Maui and Hawaii, Kauai and Oahu. And I think that'll be enough for today. Because you can go on and on and on. When I sing the song, sometimes I start singing like places like Haleakala or Kealakekua, places I've been to, places I love, Oluwalu, Wailea. Okay, here we go. This is going to be on my next album, by the way. I have 3 Hawaiian songs on my next album. Kui ake kukui pili ke aloha, pili ke aloha kapu maela e. Kui ake kukui pili ke aloha, pili ke aloha kapu maela e. Kukui aloha o Maui e. Kukui aloha o Maui e. You can sing with me. Ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha. Kui ake kukui pili ke aloha, pili ke aloha kapu maela e. Kui ake kukui pili ke aloha, pili ke aloha kapu maela e. Kukui aloha o Kauai e. Kukui aloha o Kauai e. Ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha. aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha. Kuia ke kukui pili ke aloha, pili ke aloha ka umaila e. Kukui aloha o Hawaii, kukui aloha o Hawaii, ke aloha, ke aloha, ke aloha. All right. Well, I was just going to talk a little bit about what's up ahead for me. I travel a lot, but I have it down so that I'm at least in a few places during the year. I'm like for a few months. I always come to Sedona. I played here for the Sedona Yoga Festival in April. So I'm always here like April, May, June. And I lead my goddess retreat in May, always over Mother's Day. And it's so beautiful. I love leading that retreat, especially the mothers and mother-daughter retreat. But, you know, it's not everybody. There was only a couple mothers and daughters pairs. So that's every May. And I'm about to go lead a retreat. Now we do a solstice retreat here. And we're doing this for 5 years. And that's a 5-day, 5-night, 6-day retreat. We just do a lot of music and yoga and eat amazing food. And we go swimming in Oak Creek in the canyons. And it's just incredible. I love Sedona so much. I love this land. Definitely has won my heart. I feel like it's a magnet for my blood, like the iron in my blood. Just likes to be here. I feel like I thrive here and I love the community. And then after this, I'm going up to Telluride Yoga Festival. So that's happening the 22nd, 23rd, 24th up in Telluride. And that's an incredible yoga festival. Wow. I've been doing that for a few years too. Actually, it just started back up after COVID, but it's amazing. I feel blessed to be able to do that. I'm teaching there and playing music with Kia Miller and Tommy Rosen, and Ananda will be there playing music with him. And I'm also teaching a class, a goddess Shakti mantra and Shakti practice class. And then I'm heading up to the Oregon Country Fair outside of Eugene, which I've been doing forever. I cannot miss a year of the Oregon Country Fair. It's not possible, except when they had COVID, or we had COVID, or whatever it was. So I play there. I have 3 sets at the Oregon Country Fair, and I'm really looking forward to that. I just love it. That's kind of some of my roots. That's where my first daughter was born, in Oregon. So I'll be up there with her. She lives up there. And what am I doing? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I play music for ceremonies, too. So I'll be doing that up in Eugene with my friend. And if you're ever interested in anything like that, you can just get in touch with me. Just reach out to me. Say hi if you're interested in anything. If you have any questions about what I do, or, want to connect somehow about something. And then I'm playing in Ashland in early August. We're doing this at the Haven with the Twin Ray Beloveds. It's going to be a very cosmic Lionsgate event. And then I'm flying to Spain for my daughter's wedding. My daughter's getting married over there, my younger daughter. So I'm going to be in Spain. And then Italy for a little bit traveling. And then I'm going to Greece. This is my second retreat I'm leading in Greece with my friends Kate and Alan. So these retreats I do the two goddess women's retreats May, and then I come back here in October. So I come back here and I do that in October, the other one. And then I'm doing this retreat in Greece, and it's amazing. I'm playing the music for the retreat, and my friend Kate lives there. She lives on Tinos Island. So, and she has a Greek boyfriend, so we just hang out with all the Greek locals and friends, and go swimming and chant and do lots of yoga, and it's really incredible. And yeah, I can't wait. So maybe someone out there who's watching this, maybe you might be interested in coming to one of these splendid retreats. And then I have a retreat in Maui in early February. Been doing retreats in Maui for a long time, 7 or 8 years, 9 years now. So that'll be during whale season, and I'm doing that with my ex-partner, Ananda, who's now my business partner. I do a couple things with him a year now. It's not very much, but we do have a really great rapport and a great capacity to lead together, and we have tons of music together, so we decided that we would still do a few things a year or two. So we do the Hawaii retreat, and then we're doing the retreat here next week, or in 2 days. Yeah, so anyway, if you want to know where I am, just my schedule is on my website. You can follow that, or you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm not like super duper on social media, but I have an angel friend named Erica who helps me out a lot these days. She's the one who actually filmed the music video. So that video should be coming out in a couple weeks or a few weeks, and it's going to be an epic video. So if you want to see that when it comes, you might want to stay in touch with me somehow. You can also join my mailing list. You can go to my website, and there's a thing that pops up. It says, join my mailing list. So you could join my mailing list that way. Or you can message me anyway on Instagram or Facebook or something. So, okay, well, let's wrap this up. It's been wonderful sharing this journey with you. It's very relaxed and casual. I wasn't sure exactly how it all unfolds, but it's pretty amazing. I'm really grateful. So let's just close. Sit up tall and close your eyes. Big inhale, long, slow exhale. One more. So we're going to Om 3 times, and then we'll sing Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, or Shanti Shanti Shanti, and then we'll sing Hari Om Tat Sat, and then we'll release it into for all beings, for the benefit of all beings. So bring your palms together in front of your heart. Deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. And rub your palms together. And we'll blast these beautiful blessings out to all beings. Big inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings live in peace. All right. Namaste, and so much love to you all. And aloha.